ain't sleeping till Hollywood, Hollywood. We ain't sleeping.
Hello, everyone. Hola. Good morning.
Hello, everybody.
My name is Caleb McDonald,
And it's your girl, Gaelyn Smith.
and you're listening to No Sleep Till Hollywood. We're not sleeping until we make it in Hollywood. And while we're up, we will be discussing the state of the industry and our place in it.
And today we are doing something a little different for you guys. As you all know, there are the WGA and SAG after strikes. And so we've been moving away from these TV and movie reviews and conversations and more into just like the business. We talked a little bit about reality television, but today we're going to start something a little bit new. We are going to talk about a music video director who is a legendary icon in that space, but who has also gone on to direct my favorite television show of all time. If you know what it is, then you know what it is. But we are here today to talk about Melina Matsoukas. Okay?
She's collaborated with one of the best artists
The
of
greatest
all
artist.
time.
Oh, I'm sorry. After last night, we can go ahead and stop any arguments and discussions. The greatest living artist of all time.
Oh, living? Yeah, no, for sure.
She's the great. Here's the thing. I always make the comments that she is the greatest artist of all time because she watched all of the other previous greatest artists of all times, studied them, and then innovated on things that they were not able to do to become the best version of what they were. And one day she will be eclipsed because someone similarly will do the same thing. But she is the greatest artist of all time as of right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think anybody could follow her just because, like, nobody wants to work these days.
Nobody wants to work. No, and she be saying that nobody likes rehearsal because rehearsal, you have to humble yourself to go to rehearsal. You got to study, you got to watch yourself, you got to learn. The girls don't want to rehearse these days. They not giving what she gives.
All this being said, I'm not sure if we explicitly said it, but Melina Matsoukas has frequently collabed with
Yes,
the Beyoncé Knowles Carter.
Beyonce, House of Knowles, House of Chrome, excuse me, first of her name. Okay. Yes, but no, she's a frequent collaborator with Melina Matsoukas. She also is, I'm sorry, Melina Matsoukas is a frequent collaborator of Beyonce's. She also is a frequent collaborator of Issa Rae's, and they did Issa Rae's show for a particular network. She was really instrumental in that. But today we're going to talk a little bit about her kind of early career, talking about where she went to school, talking about how she kind of got into the business, focusing mostly on her music videos. Because, like I said,
Right.
she has iconic music videos. Some of the visuals are being used on the Renaissance World Tour today. Let's get into it.
Funny enough, I did see that grew up in the Bronx, then moved to Hackensack, New Jersey. Different
Caleb,
boroughs, different cities, but
Caleb, your peoples.
we right there. We right there.
I'm crying. Not she's your peoples.
She did go to NYU.
Yes, she did.
She graduated from Tisch for directing, but it's funny because she went to NYU and declared a math major. Her
That
mother was
whole
a
thing
math
is hilarious.
her mother was a math teacher. When she got to school, it was like declare a major already. She said, "All right, fine, math." She said she never really felt like a passion for anything, but then, when you take core classes, you see the film students, and she got a taste for the film life there.
That's so
She
funny.
did.
I forget that other people's degrees like make you take core classes. Because I didn't have to take core classes. The only classes I had to take I had to take 2 specific writing courses, and then after
Mhm.
that, I just had to take, I think it was 12 or 14 credits outside of the drama department, but there was no requirement on what those were. So I took a lot of foolishness and some good stuff. But I took
Mhm.
this class called Love, Lust, and Relationships.
I took that one.
Everybody took that class. If you are at Syracuse and you didn't take that class, why did you care about your GPA so much? Like, please take an
Right.
easy A and move on.
No. The core classes, they I was happy for them because, like, I'm one of those kids, like, I'll ace it, no problem. But it did get me to like know the actual other kids in my class.
Yeah.
So thankful for that reason. Um,
But yeah, she
and
got her degree, graduated from NYU Tisch, and then after that, she went to get her master's at AFI in cinematography, which is also funny because she didn't really want to get her master's. She was just trying to go out and work, and her mom was like, "Just go get your master's." And so she decided not to do a directing program, but to do a cinematography program because she wanted to be a more well-rounded director. And props to her because I took one directing class in film school, and I wanted to fight most of the time. And I just know that if I had taken cinematography, I really would have fought everyone.
you definitely were up in arms for
I wasn't a
for,
fan. I think I
for
learned
some
very
direction.
quickly that I am not a director.
Mhm.
That is not my for theater, yes. For television and film, that's not my strong suit. I don't care that bad. I'm here to tell you. I could write it, I could be in it, I can executive produce it. I'll approve the budgets. But you want me to direct? No, absolutely not. And people who direct and star in their own things like Spike Lee, crazy people. Absolutely insane.
That's never mind. Not sure I can say it. Strike rules. But stay tuned. Um, it was said that her first short film for class um was shot in the meatpacking district, and it highlighted how women are perceived as meat by men. Though she
Okay.
said it was absolutely trash, and she deleted it upon completion.
But I want to see it because the
I want to
concept sounds great.
right, but the thing is, like her saying I had to delete like trash. I could understand how that could have gone terribly wrong because sometimes people have a great idea and then you're like nobody said anything to this person.
Yeah, no, it was definitely giving like it could go whoop or it could go whoop, but there's no
Right,
in between. Like,
in between.
but no, so she did that, and then she both times she graduated, her thesis was a music video. So when she finished her master's program, she had two short music videos that she was kind of able to use to like get an agent, start pitching for music videos and those things. And then she got her directorial debut by directing this random music video for Paul Wall and
Random.
Red Hand Scoopy and somebody else called Dem
Mhm.
Girls. Y'all, I have never heard the song Dem Girls in my life. That might be dating me and aging me in a way, but I had never heard that song. I knew who Paul Wall was. Funny, I was just telling my dad this the other day. I thought Paul Wall was a Creole until I was like 12.
Yeah, no.
I didn't know that was a white man.
That's
Did
fair
not.
though. I don't think
'Cause, like,
anybody who only listened would
but
would
I'm
gather.
even looking at him. I just thought he was light skinned. He gives Creole. There are some Creole people who are blanc passe, passe blanc. I said it backwards, and it could have gave. It was giving that.
No, if closest thing to him is like Pitbull in my eyes.
Him, Pitbull, Sean Paul, Vin Diesel.
Sean
All
Paul.
people you're not really sure what race they are.
Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel doesn't know what race he is, but
I
he
mean, I
is.
know he's black, but like,
Yeah,
but so her first music video was this black and white video for Paul Wall, and I was a fan of this video personally. It was my first time hearing the song. It was my first time seeing the
hmm
video, and I have to say, her music videos give very much the era they were created in. That felt like a music
absolutely,
video from 2006. It was
absolutely.
it was
Because
randomly. It was just in the hood, shooting dice, big booty girls, and yeah. They even had the whole scene where someone's getting their hair cornrowed while they're rapping the verse. I love those. I live for those scenes in the music videos.
it reminds me of
Uh-oh.
production.
Oh
I
Lord.
do. I can't say it. I can't.
You cannot.
But
It's okay.
it. I like the style where it's like the through line of the video could just be the artist perform the song, and then you get cutaways to like the
I
things
didn't
they're talking about.
misunderstand what we were doing. Because that was you.
You
You
know,
just rocking.
because that's how they be rapping.
Well, that is exactly something, something. I told her ball, motherfucker, ball. I said, oh my.
Back in the day.
Just the
um.
oversized t-shirts were really just what was sending me.
Oh yeah, no, oversized for sure. White tee, you know.
Oversized white tee, a triple XL.
But I do like how her music videos were like very committed. Like there was a theme, stuck to it, and there were glimpses that like she would show you throughout the videos that like were matching the lyrics.
Yeah. And
Because
then
no, I was gonna say because like in her big break of music videos, for Ludacris's Moneymaker, something that like Matsoukas does is like the glimpses were clearer in that one. Probably because, you know, budget's higher. She's been doing this
yeah,
for a
the Paul
while.
Wall music video was probably shot on a budget of like $30. Like it was giving very like she made it work with what she had.
If there was a budget. If it wasn't like a let me do this for y'all so then I could have a portfolio. Because
That's what it was giving. Because like Moneymaker, also, if y'all are like me, y'all remember the 106 in Park era. The Moneymaker video is the 2006 version of the foreign music video with Trey Songz. They are very similar. And whoever directed Trey Songz video definitely was biting Melina Matsoukas' style, but they are very similar music videos.
absolutely. Because yeah, no, like you even see it when she does start like collaborating with Beyonce and like Upgrade You and Greenlight, it's like they're given 3 sets for sure, decked out with I don't know, speakers, a car maybe,
All type of stuff in there.
a fancy seat, and then they'll shoot whatever type of B-roll they can in between. I don't know why I'm still swaying. Like I don't know.
Caleb, you gonna give us some bars? Is that what's going on here?
I might. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Second half of this podcast. I'll
Don't be
end it.
like what's his name when he went on the Breakfast Club? You know who I'm talking about.
I do know who you're talking about. Oh, are you talking
Mm-hmm.
about
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He was like, I want to rap for y'all. I can rap. I really can rap. Okay, go ahead, rap. Um, uh,
oh
uh,
uh, uh, uh,
mm.
uh.
Give me a different song. Give me a different song. The song it's not doing it for me.
It's not
It's the
doing it.
song.
You know, some people always be prepared. That's all I'm gonna
Always,
say.
if you what do they always tell you in drama school? If it's on your resume, be able to do it at the drop of a hat.
Facts.
Don't put no accents on there that you don't like to do and can't really do without working hard at it. Don't say you a rapper if you're not.
So today's quote of the day: "Be about it.
Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready.
Stay ready, ain't gotta get ready."
But no, I
Um,
think it's yeah. I think Melina Matsoukas has this very like bright, colorful like style because I
mm,
think so. The funny part is the B Day album, which is the first visual album that Beyonce created. It's the first one that she collaborated with Melina Matsoukas was, and it's also like kind of regarded as one of the first visual albums because a lot of other things had like a lot of other albums back in the day had like several music videos for an album or they might even song every song might even have one but it wasn't necessarily a collective cohesive thing that was trying to tell a story and B-Day was
right,
like the first time that there was like some overlap and then obviously the Beyonce project was giving you disparate but still kind of related and then Lemonade being like a very clear through line Black is King being a clear through line but Melina Matsoukas and Beyonce kind of in a sense if they didn't create it, they definitely reinvigorated and innovated the idea of a visual album together.
right.
But no, I love honestly the Melina Matsoukas videos. When we were looking at the ones like she did Greenlight, she did Kitty Cat, she did Sugar Mama, she did Upgrade You. Those are some of my favorite Beyonce music videos of all time. Particularly Greenlight. They ate
She
that
did.
video.
She did one of my favorites, which was "Sweet Dreams."
Sweet
Oh,
Dreams also about
Sweet Dreams turns on. I'ma dance. What?
not the Chris Brown shoulders. Y'all, if you're not watching this episode, then you're doing yourself a disservice because Caleb in these dance moves have been getting me all day.
But
But
no,
no, I feel
she
like Melina Matsoukas comes out for the iconic moments.
right. And I mean, we have to talk about the most iconic moment, debatably.
do
2016.
do do
Were you there?
do. See, I have my hat downstairs. I should have put my hat on. I got my hat, my cowboy hat. Do do.
The Illuminati
Y'all
allegations were
haters corny
high.
with that Illuminati mess. Paparazzi catch my flyer. My cocky fresh.
Rent was
I done lost the
due.
headphones
Oh,
twice.
and I think that one was like, I mean, obviously, both Beyonce and Matsoukas had a budget at that point.
Such a high budget. They sunk that daggone police cruiser in the water. They said we
Yeah,
got money.
and the impact of that video alone, like
The fact that
yes, it was
Beyonce released Formation as the music video 24 hours before the Super Bowl, where she then did it live, you had to be there. Where were you when the Formation music video came out? I know where I was. I remember where I was the first time I saw it. I was literally at a poetry slam. It hadn't started yet. And my friend was showing me on her phone, on her iPhone. Okay? That's how serious it was. I had to see it on the iPhone because I couldn't wait to go home to go see it on a TV. It was serious.
definitely don't. I was definitely home, but YouTube was open
Listen,
and
it
the
was
video
serious.
was watched.
That whole thing, it's like there was so much iconic imagery in that between like the fact that we know that Beyonce's mother is from Louisiana
Hmm.
and Hurricane Katrina happened in Louisiana, and for her to do the whole like flooded, sunken police car in Louisiana, like as like an ode to like that whole Hurricane Katrina and that situation and her lineage there. We had baby Blue Ivy with her afro spinning and bopping. We had all of these very different, beautiful black women. Just, it was such an iconic moment.
Yeah.
We don't have
And
icons like that anymore.
and something I mentioned like before with the glimpses that like we were given in Formation, it was like a quite literal translation of like script to screen almost,
Yeah.
though you're not working with a script, you're working with a song and lyrics. Like you're seeing everything that Beyonce is talking about, which I think props, because a lot of music video directors, I'll at them if I knew the videos, but
Mm.
getting lazy with it. Like, for
Because music
instance,
videos are lazy now. The record labels understood that the best way to create a brand that people identified with to really move and sell records was to create these music videos. And at the time, music videos weren't super expensive, I'm assuming, but they still had a budget cost, but they weren't crazy. But it was an easy way to like get people to be obsessed with your new artist.
yeah,
And because we had all those shows where they showed MTV used to play music videos 24/7. So it was easy to be able to like you got your return on investment because you knew it was going to be shown often because there wasn't but at the time there were only like 10 music videos out. You knew it was going to get played often. People were going to see it, blase blase. Then we move into like the 90s and the 2000s where music videos are no longer new, but they're still popping because you have TRL and 106 in Park. They play music videos every day and they do a weekly countdown where your fans can call in and vote to move your video up the countdown. That
right,
increased the audience engagement participation. You had easy, clear ways to say like if a song was a hit because if the song if the song was number one on the charts and it was number one on TRL and 106 in Park, you knew you had a banger. Then it was an easy, clear, and marketable way to see what was going on.
hmm
Obviously, TRL fades kind of in the mid 2000s, and 106 in Park. I think 2013 was the last year of 106 in Park, which that was the saddest day of my life. I was so sad because I was such a big 106 in Park fan.
hmm
But that show ends. And I really feel like after 2013, if you look at music videos, the decline, they just get lazier. And granted, yes, you had some lazy music videos in the heydays that we're talking about. Like, I mean, this controversial video always thinks I think of this, but like Tip Drill by Nelly and the Saint Lunatics. And
hmm
it's a lazy video, but the song is lazy. And it's just they literally rent out a mansion and it's controversial. Like you can't find the video on regular websites. You have to find it on spicy sites. But it's literally they rented out a mansion and it's girls twerking, making out with each other. At the end of the video, they ran out of money to throw, and so Nelly swipes her credit card down a girl's butt. Like it's a very lazy video.
yeah.
I'm not going to say that lazy videos started in the 2013s, but at least it matched the song. To your point, I feel like not only are music videos getting lazy, they don't even match the song anymore. It's just like, all right, here's a nice purple wall. Lip sync your song on the purple wall. And it's because there's no MTV, there's no TRL. Music videos now are probably not getting the same number of views that they used to once get, because now it's like you have to go to YouTube to watch a music video. Like
Right.
there's no other way to see it. And I think now they're becoming something that's expensive that doesn't necessarily have the same return on investment, which is why I think like a Beyonce who only does visual albums. We don't get music videos for singles from Beyonce anymore. Other than Formation, every other music video we got from the Lemonade era was from Lemonade.
Right.
Formation got tacked on at the end, but it was its own separate thing.
And it's funny to your point because with music videos getting whack, you do have Matsoukas who, for a time, went straight who wanted to do commercials
Yeah,
because she was enjoying the short form and like loved music videos,
right.
but she mentioned that there's a stigma on music video directors because people have less respect for what they do. But she brings up the amazing point, which is a great point for us when we're talking about the music videos that do put in that effort and aren't so lazy. You are telling a story with no script, with only songs, and you have like, sure, there are the people who do some wicked insane sound editing, so
Yeah.
then like, you hear footprints on the beach in the middle of sandcastles or something, but like for the most part you're just working with a song, so you have to
And
come
that's
up
what
with a
gets
story.
me, because she's so good. Like, We Found Love to me is a perfect example.
Hmm.
That's a great music video, but you could watch that entire music video with no sound and you still get the emotional story that's being told.
Right.
Mind you, the emotional story that's being told feels different than the music because that was such a dance pop song. But if we actually look at the lyrics, they're actually very, very sad. You get that from the music video, and you could watch it on mute and you get the same thing. Which I also think, going into some of her work on the show that she executive produced, you could watch a lot of the episodes that she did on mute and you would still get the story because she's such a strong visual storyteller. She has such an understanding for color because she did the cinematography class. I think the way that she frames a shot, the colors that she uses, like she's really good at telling you how to feel and what's happening visually, to the point where the dialogue is like supplemental for her as opposed to it being like a necessary thing.
And funny enough, one of the first episodes of television that she did for this one show on for this one show, it was like the reason why she got called in the first place, it was a music heavy episode.
Yep.
And so they were like, "Oh, hey, could you do this?" And of course she did her thing because she's used to telling stories alongside music. And I think that's just like an inspiring moment too, because it's like, everyone has like their skills, and we always talk about like transferable skills, but
Hmm.
sometimes your skill is so elite that people will want to transform it for another medium or
Yeah.
for another project.
Like it's
So,
wild that she wasn't able to direct commercials because of the stigma, but those music videos have now allowed her to direct multiple episodes of television on Emmy nominated shows, to direct a feature film that people have thoughts about, but has opened
right.
doors for her to do other feature films. Like the fact that she was able to take something small and build it into the career that she wanted is such an inspirational thing. I think that's genuinely like what Caleb and I talk about a lot of, like the podcast is not the ultimate goal. It's just an example of things that we are able to do to help us build to the ultimate goals. And I think that's just like, as a creative, it's like, what's the smaller version of what you're trying to do? You want to be a filmmaker. Okay, music videos might be what's more accessible right now. So do excellent music videos. Oh, you want to be a talk show host. Okay, you don't have the money for that, but you can do a podcast. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like finding
Hmm.
those like ways to find not only transferable skills, but also to be able to like supersize and shrink your vision to be where you are at the moment.
Right, because in the land of opportunity, like unless you know what is not for you,
Right.
your best bet is to take an opportunity when it arises.
When it arises. I mean, granted, if it's like outside of your moral compass,
Hmm.
that's a different thing. But if
Yeah,
it's like,
right.
but if it's just like, hey, I got an opportunity to go be a PA on this sci-fi show, I'm not necessarily interested in working on sci-fi shows, but I am interested in working in production. You still might want to go take that job.
Yeah, because I think Masukas even said it like, do what scares you too, like that imposter syndrome.
Hmm.
I mean, it's going to be the devil on your shoulder, but you could still power through that because
Right.
what could scare you could everything's going to scare you if it's new territory. So,
Right.
unless you push out that comfort zone, because I'm pretty sure she was saying that, like, when working with Beyonce, she didn't know how she was doing it,
She said those were
but
only like fourth, fifth, and sixth music videos that she had ever directed when she did the
right,
first ones.
she was like, I don't know how we did it, but we did it. And that that's really, I mean, that's even in
That's being
school.
creative. That's genuinely being creative. It's like, I don't know how it's gonna get done, but it gets done. And then when it's over, you're like, I did it. I couldn't tell you how I did it, but it's done.
Right. And even when working through it, it's like, oh, this is trash. But
It
at the
may
end of the
not
day,
be.
when you're finally done, it's like it wasn't all that bad. And
And
what you
that's
could
really
find
what it is.
and what you could find trash, somebody else could find treasure. And what other people find treasure, sometimes you could
Caleb saw a particular movie and he is displeased and it's making me
dis
laugh.
displeased. It's making my
He's,
eye twitch
he's
just a little.
discontent. Okay. He is upset. But no, I think it just is, it's really inspirational. I think that's why, but it's like people ask me like why I love Beyonce so much. There are several reasons. Some of them I sometimes am just discovering, but I think like her ability, one, to take chances on people, like because Melina Matsoukas, like she said, was very new when she got to do this, but then to take a chance on somebody new, because at the time that was only Beyonce's second album, like she was a new solo artist, to
Right.
build this thing together, and then how she's able to give people the platform to go off and do excellence without her. I think that is something that is very, very admirable. And just to be have like Melina Matsoukas is an icon. And to have that be somebody who collaborated with Beyonce and be like, that's where she got her start in a sense. Crazy. Crazy.
Her
We have to give
start.
her. We have to give her props, bro, because she ate. She ate that.
4 + 4 = what? Ate it up.
Ate it up. But yeah, this has been another episode of the No Sleep Till Hollywood podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. You can follow the podcast at No Sleep Till Hollywood on Instagram, and you can follow me at G Smitty with 2 T's and 4 Y's on anything with an @ symbol, anywhere with an @ symbol.
And you can follow me at Caleb Subtitles to see all the subtitles that I put out.
But until next time, guys, good night, good morning, bonjour, bonsoir, adios. Bye, guys.
Or Arrivederci. I don't know what that means actually.